Hey, Pastor Stephen here. I'm so glad you joined us today. Whether it's your first time or you're part of the Union Church family, welcome. Before we jump into the message, I've got something exciting to share. My new book, Relationship Roadmap, is officially out. It's all about navigating the ups and downs of relationships and finding God's best for you. You can grab a copy wherever books are sold or just head over to StephenRChandler.com. Stephen with a PH, don't forget that. Oh, and while you're here, make sure to hit the subscribe button below and turn on the notifications. That way you'll always be the first to catch every message we share here at Union Church. All right, I won't keep any longer. Let's jump into the message. Welcome to Union Church.
Hey.
Union Church, what's going on? Yo, is this not wild and insane? Look around, look
This
around.
Is silly.
Yo, is BWI in the building?
Hey. How about flowers?
Flower made the trip. I don't know, are we halfway between Silver Spring or Falls Church? I don't know what's closer.
I don't know.
Silver Spring, this is y'all county though. Where y'all at? She said, I'm in Silver Spring.
I'm right here.
Come on now, who do we miss?
Falls Church.
Falls Church, where you at? Where you at?
UBC.
Columbia. UBC had the longest trip. They didn't come.
Hey, Baltimore County, what's up?
All the way cool. It's gonna be a fun and lit night. I'm pumped. I'm excited. And I encourage y'all, don't run out after it's over. Hang out, chill out.
Don't do that.
It's gonna be nuts. So a couple of things and then we're gonna jump on in.
What's up?
First of all, they said y'all done broke another building. Listen, I ain't paying no more bills for y'all people. They need you to slide in. If there is an empty seat next to you, make sure you slide into the middle because we got people standing on the back walls, so we gonna make sure we got room for everybody else. And then Timmy, help me out. Where are we doing the Q&A line? Where we at? These two middle lines. So here's what we're gonna do. We've got questions that y'all have sent in already. So we're gonna start off and field some of those questions and we're gonna throw some at the panel. But we also are gonna take your live questions in the room. So if you got the guts to ask the question live with your face on it,
And
you
there
can start lining up in this aisle
Anything
here.
off?
And that, anything off
topic?
limits. Nothing is off limits. If you got the guts to ask it, PZ will answer. I don't know about me, but PZ will give it to you. And I'm gonna say straight up, I need some fellas with a spine. I'd say something else, but we in church. So don't let these lines be all the women. I need some fellas with some questions.
Can
And
I just say one thing? Y'all are looking good. Y'all are looking good. Yes, I see you. I walked here earlier and I said, dang, church looks good.
we got a lit church. We got a lit church.
They're cute.
You ready to jump into it?
I am.
Morgan Rivers, are y'all out there? Y'all ready to go? Hey, did y'all get the book? If you got that book, can you grab it? Can you grab it? Can you just wave that joint around? Y'all got it for free at the door.
Come on.
Free 99. What in the world? Look at Union Church.
And
Yo, somebody posted online
what?
they read the entire book in one day.
Yeah.
She right
Now
there.
here's the thing.
Who was that? Who was
You
that? Yo, that's crazy. I love it. I love it.
I love the book, and I'm almost done the book. It's actually fantastic. I'm not just saying that because he's my husband. He can sit down somewhere. But it really is good. But what I really, really like are the conversation starters. Did y'all look through the questions? They are fantastic. Some of y'all, some of us, we can be awkward. So I'm just saying, I think you should probably pick that up. I think it'll help your conversation
And
flow.
they are 25%
A little bit
online
more,
and
yeah.
in the room tonight
I love it.
only for singles night.
I
By
love
the way,
it.
we almost forgot. Can y'all give it up for the online audience? Come on now, people watching all.
Hey, what's up?
Sorry y'all couldn't get in the room. Union Church tends to sell out everything. But
I'm excited, Stephen. Today's gonna be
so make
good.
sure you go online, grab it, get in the room. We ready to rumble?
What's going on with that panel? That conversation earlier, Pop the Balloon, they are nuts.
Y'all did good. I was proud of y'all. Y'all did good. Y'all did good.
Thank
y'all
you
did
for being
good.
honest. It's good. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Now, he ain't paying for Como, so you gonna have to figure that one out. I mean, this chick didn't say Miami. We ain't going to Bahamas. Como.
Italy. She expensive. I
Across
like
the Atlantic Ocean. That's a bill. Morgs, we ready?
We are.
Where are we lining? Are you the only one with the, you out of 2,200 people? You the
Wow.
only one that got the guts to ask a question. Come on now.
Wow.
And
Okay.
she's even here with
We got some
the
questions to
number.
set it up, though, just in case if
so we're
everybody's a
gonna
little
start
scared.
off.
We're gonna start with some of them.
Yeah.
Hey, fill the aisles up. Fill the aisles up.
Thank
and we'll
you.
go ahead and start with the ones y'all sent in. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. So admittedly, I'm the side chick who turned into the main chick.
Oh,
they
Jesus.
used to.
Whoa.
Oh, it's already.
Whoa.
Yeah, we starting there.
We
Did
started
you
Whoa.
say the side chick?
the side
Slow,
chick.
hey. Slow that down.
Okay. Let's start from the beginning. They're coming in hot.
First of all, I need one of the little stickers, and I think
Wait,
you put it on there.
can I
Yeah.
borrow your little red?
And the panel
Can I
needs
borrow
one
that
too.
from you?
Yeah.
We might throw this at somebody before the
PC,
end of the night.
I got you. There you go. Boom, that's somebody's right
Here
there.
you go. Here you
Okay.
go.
They said they want some
This
too.
is easier.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead, Morgan.
All right.
I'm just gonna
There you
hold
go.
this like
You look
this,
like
and
you
you go
need-
ahead
Oh,
and read that
Jesus.
question.
Okay. Admittedly, I'm the side chick who turned into the main chick. They used to live together, and they are still sorting some things out with the separation. How involved should I get in this process, and am I silly for trusting him?
Wait, the side chick turned into the main chick.
Yes.
So she thinks. So she thinks.
And
You
the
ain't the
problem
main
is-
chick. You the next chick.
And the problem is what? I missed it.
He's still in some type of entanglement.
Yes, they used to live together, so they're kind of still trying to get all the separation out of the way. He's coming back to live with
Who
her.
does he live with?
His old main chick.
Wait
And
a
she
minute.
thinks she's the main chick.
Yeah, he's
Yo,
coming out of the lease. He's
Delulu.
breaking the lease. He's trying to get all of his stuff out, all the things. Is she silly? Should she help him through the process? Should she help him move out? What's the answer?
What you got?
It's messy. It's given real messy. However, we do know that people have messy lives. So how aggressive is he in getting outside of the situation? Because it could be that he wasn't a Jesus follower and all of a sudden
He
he
still
now
ain't.
committed his life to Christ and so he's realizing a lot. But
She ain't a Christian.
she's not a Christian. She may not be a Christian, but I'm a grace person, so I'm gonna be a little bit more grace
They
from a
outside
distance.
of grace.
Huh?
They ain't met grace yet. They
Okay,
are
what do you
outside
say?
of-
What do you say she should do?
That's ratchet.
It's
That's
messy.
ghetto.
It's
That's,
messy.
There's no way that ends well
No.
with that messy and sloppy a start. You don't spit in God's face and then expect his favor on your relationship. That ain't how it works.
Yeah.
If he's living with her, he was sleeping with her. For you to steal him, you gave up the cookies. Like, so
Did
nah,
she?
that's
The
a
question didn't
mess.
say that.
That's a mess from beginning to end. All y'all need to break up. Freedom Conference. I don't know where the team's at. When's Freedom Conference? We already. It's spring. We got spring one coming. Yeah, end of April, end of May.
So you're saying she should not help him and she should just part ways ASAP?
Oh yes, yes. That will
Okay.
not end in a healthy marriage.
Okay, there it is.
All right, P.S. We're going to need your help with this one, okay?
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to tell you who it's from, but I'm pretty sure they're in the room. I've dated 3 guys at Union. Don't identify yourself.
I can't
Don't identify
wait to
yourself.
I like
this.
it. I like it
I've dated
already.
3 guys at Union, but they all went to a different campus.
So they should have been at the same campus.
Should I try? Oh God! Should I try another campus,
Yeah.
or should I leave the church?
No.
So
What? She's cute.
would y'all date multiple men at the same church? No, not at the same time.
Oh,
Not at the same time.
You said no. Why not?
People talk. So,
So what?
I get it, but people are so messy, and then there's going to be outside conversations and stuff, and usually it just kind of soils the milk.
Would
y'all date? He said, turn my mic on, turn my mic
Go for
on.
it.
Would y'all date multiple women at the same church?
Yes. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello? Yeah. Yes, I would.
Yes.
I would.
Yes, they all said yes.
Why do you
Yes.
not have a problem with that?
If you're not doing anything, you're just getting to know the person, talking,
Yeah.
hanging out, And it's not at the same
And
time,
it's
of
not
course.
at the same time.
There was a 2-week gap between.
Hopefully a little longer
What do you
than that.
think?
The church
Did you
isn't-
ever date anybody at Union Church before me?
Wait.
I never did ask you this.
You never did.
What about that tall dude from Philly? I remember him. What happened?
Eric? What was that? I didn't like him. No, I didn't like him. That was cool. But the point is, it's not about me. The point is, back then, our church was smaller. Hello, we have the privilege and the perks of having a church that's reaching a lot of people, which means that this is the safest place that people can find someone to date. As long as you are keeping it holy, I don't think there's anything wrong. I think you can get to know people as long as it's not, okay, the next week, this is your new boyfriend, and the next week, this is your new girlfriend, but you can space it out a little bit, and if you are doing it right, then there's no issue. But you're right, people do talk.
There are 2,200 people in this room right now.
Alone.
And this ain't even a quarter of our church.
It's not.
If you are going to cut yourself off from 6,000 people, or 3,000 if you're talking about genders, in
Yeah.
Maryland, may the odds forever be in your favor. Y'all are too worried about what your friend thinks and not worried enough about let me find who God's called me to spend the rest of my life with. Let them talk. It don't
Let 'em
matter.
talk.
But if you're worried about the talk, you're going to be single for the rest.
What if the friend dated him already?
How long they been broke up?
Yeah.
The friend?
The
Friends are
friend.
not forever. You don't buy a wedding ring for a friend. You don't have vows for a friend.
No.
You don't say till death do us part for a friend. Stop having, ooh, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Keep going.
Stop
keep going.
having lover loyalty with someone that's never gonna be your lover. That's one of the reasons why
Love or loyalty. I've
you
never
buy
heard
yourself. Okay.
Okay. We got a question here. What's your name?
Pablo.
Pablo.
How old you is?
Say it again.
How old are you?
34.
What is your relationship status?
I'm single.
How long you been single?
A year.
Okay, go ahead, ask your question.
All right. So look, I love you guys' relationship. I love your marriage, and I just want to know, how do you know when you've met the one?
What do you think?
I mean, she knew as soon as she saw me, so.
I didn't know he was a pastor. It's a long story.
I'm gonna get in trouble,
Go for it.
but I'm gonna say something that every single Christian dude thinks. And that is this the one that's gonna take me out the game? Because I'm gonna get in trouble. The odds are in our favor.
I'm rolling.
And
eyes.
as a guy, you like having options. You like
Christian
the
men
attention.
are- never
Christian men love the attention.
Yes, y'all do.
And you got this moment of, if I put a ring on it, it's over. I'm out the game, hung the jersey up. So when I say, how do you know you've met the one? When you don't mind hanging up your jersey. When you're like, after I met this girl, I could care less about attention from anybody else. This is all I'm locked in on. So,
It's beautiful.
how did you know I was the one? Was it when you picked up my phone and saw my bank account? Was that the... That wasn't it, because I was broke.
But you had a plan. I think for me, I'm not trying to be super spiritual, but I really prayed. And I felt like God gave me this vision of what life was gonna be. I felt, y'all are gonna think it's so weird, but I saw myself and my husband at like a Panera or something, someone walking by like in crutches, and him and I just looking at each other and say, yeah, let's go pray for him. I saw stuff like that. I saw him writing a message. And
That's not what I
him-
was envisioning, but
What were you envisioning?
we wasn't at Panera.
Okay.
Go ahead, tell your prayer story.
Go away. All that to say I had a picture of it. That's it. I messed up the moment. Next question.
Sorry. Praise the Lord.
All right, friend, step on up. Tell me your
Hey,
name.
phenomenal question, Pablo.
That is great.
My name is Samara. I'm 31. My question is...
Hold on. How old was Pablo again?
34.
34.
He's 34.
He's been single for, yeah. Yeah.
Are you single?
Yes.
How long you been single?
A little bit.
Yeah, enough.
Okay.
Enough.
Okay.
Long enough.
Where you at, Pablo? I
Come
can't see.
here,
I can't,
yeah. I love your haircut.
Okay, good to
That's
see
so
you.
cute.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay, so my question is, I'm 31. Should I lower my dating standards because of my age?
So,
wait,
wait.
Wait.
put the
Oh
flag
my
down.
gosh.
Dang.
Wait.
I didn't even hear what you said. Screaming at you.
Should I lower my dating standards because of my age?
Should you go on your dating?
Should
Should
I
she
lower
lower?
my dating standards because of my age? My main standard is I don't want a man who has kids. I've been there. I've tried it. It's not for me.
Yeah.
But I'm always being told, oh, there's no one left. But I know there are men out here without children.
Pablo, you got kids? No kids. Pablo ain't got no kids. Pablo ain't got no kids. I'm so glad you didn't have kids because that would have been really awkward. Yeah, so there are people left. Yeah, go ahead.
That was the question.
That was it. Question, is no kids your only deal breaker?
I mean, there's other ones, but I'm open to adjusting those
What are the other
standards or
ones?
working with them. But my main one is
What the other one is?
Oh, she don't want to say it.
She knows it. She just
She
doesn't want
knows
to.
it.
She
She
don't want
say
to
it.
say it over a
The
microphone.
main thing is the no kids one. That's what I'm trying to hit on right now. The other ones, I'm open to changing, shifting.
We'll listen and not judge. That's a lie, but. What do y'all think? Should she drop her no kids law? I didn't ask y'all.
I'm gonna say something that you said. That
Was it-
basically you have to have a grace for someone, and if their lifestyle or if their patterns or something like that doesn't align with what you're able to tolerate, then you shouldn't go out of your way to try to make yourself fit with a picture that you can't essentially align to.
That's great. I will say, there could be some really great guys out there that have kids. You've met and probably dated some men with kids, but you haven't dated all men with kids. I think sometimes, depending on what our experiences are, we label these people like, well, they are all like this. Light-skinned men are always like this, you know.
They are.
Yeah. Where my balloon at?
We will cut that one from YouTube.
No. Or we say, you know, there's a lot of these things, they're all like this and they're all like that, and it's not the case. There are some exceptions to the rules. But I love what you said. Sometimes if you have to be graced for the person. Like, you just have to be graced. It has to come natural. If you're looking for the grace every time they bring their kids and stuff, then that's a problem.
Would y'all date a woman that had kids?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
So for me personally, no. The reason why I don't want to take that responsibility of raising another man's child. That's just a personal feeling that I have.
Ooh.
I feel you.
Okay.
Here's what I would say. If you give God non-negotiables that have nothing to do with someone's walk with Christ, there is a chance you will miss out on a really good thing.
Yeah.
And this clock, it keeps ticking, and time stops for no man.
Yeah.
So what I would challenge you to do is evaluate every single person as an individual. Because there's some really messed up men with no kids that you would give them a shot. Oh,
What? Go for it.
should we not make singles night really tense?
No, go for it.
There's some men who got her pregnant and paid so she wouldn't be anymore. And you don't know that. And now you're judging him as a better option.
Yeah.
As opposed to the guy that had the honor enough to say, I made a mistake and I'm gonna care for it and I'm gonna love it and I'm gonna raise it
That's
and
so
provide
good.
for it. So we're judging somebody based on the information
Okay.
that they chose not to hide. So I would just encourage you, just give everybody a fair shot. Don't drop your standard for anybody,
Yeah.
but give everybody a fair shot to be a great man of God.
I love that.
So.
Hey. All
Okay,
right.
that got tense. You better have a light one for me, Morgan.
Yeah,
I need a he.
This one's pretty easy. Okay, so from my observation in the last few years, men are increasingly not shooting their shot. They are expecting women to approach them, and that is not my speed. What do I do?
We're going to answer in a second. If you a fella in this room and you ain't scared to shoot your shot, can you stand up on a chair somewhere so we know who you are? Come on, where the three-point shooters at?
Come on!
Where you at, Steph Curry?
Yeah!
Where you at, Steph Curry?
Come on! That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
That is
I
great.
like that energy.
All right, we gonna give it.
I like that energy.
All right, ask her one more time, and then we go give a fair.
She wants to know,
Yeah.
what does she do? Is she supposed to now start shooting her shot?
Yeah.
Or does she wait?
Oh, this was actually in the book.
It is.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No.
Did you shoot your shot?
Did I?
I mean, I feel like you climbed in my DMs. Sending me Bible verses and stuff.
If I did it work?
I ain't mad.
Clock it.
Don't leave me hanging. Please don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging. Please. Okay, good. Okay. Would
And I did
y'all
not.
mess with a guy that you had to step to him and he didn't give it?
That's a big no for me because I really value confidence. So if you don't even have the ability to step to me, then you just not my man. That ain't gonna work.
Dang, we just stole his man card. I mean, good thing y'all don't got no balloons to pop.
So,
Go for it.
so I have a question.
Yes, sir.
I feel like also there may not be the right time to shoot your shot
For the guy or for the girl?
for the guy.
Okay, what you mean by that?
Like, what do you mean?
Say I'm serving and I'm, directing somebody
You looking
inside.
for the fine print, the addendums.
Welcome to Union, but can I get your phone
Service ain't
number?
3 hours long. You got time before and after.
Welcome to you.
That's about the
Can I
only
get your
time
number?
I don't.
Yeah.
So,
I-
yeah.
You know what? I will say something. I think, there's the whole, it's a man that finds a wife and all this other stuff, finds a good thing. And I think that a lot of women are very conservative, and they do, and you talk about it in the book, and it's so good, Stephen. And it's like, I'm just gonna be in my prayer closet, I'm just gonna come to church, and I'm not gonna talk to anybody.
And God will send me.
And God himself is going to
Oh, what did SpongeBob say? 3 years later.
3 years later, 4 years later, 5 years later, and you're still waiting. And I think you need to show yourself friendly. I'm not saying you need to caress somebody's kneecap or anything like that, but there is a way of sitting next to someone or saying hi, or just come. This is a good one, guys. Listen, you kind of bump into them somewhere. I don't know, like, oh my gosh, what is that? You smell so good. What are you wearing? It's the easiest thing for even the most awkward person, but I do think a lot of us women we think shooting your shot meaning, like, it's very, what's the word for it? It's very forward, and it's too progressive, and it's thirsty, and it's not. It's just showing yourself friendly. Am I wrong?
No, here's what I would say, ladies at Union.
What?
Don't ask him out on a date.
Yeah.
It depends on your definition of shoot your shot.
Yeah.
Don't roll up and be like, are you single? Are you interested in me?
Or when
Do
you gonna
like
take me out?
When you gonna take me out? You can say that. But you can introduce yourself. What do you do for a living? How long you been at Union Church? Are you in a group?
Yeah.
Do you like the Ravens? Like, you can show yourself friendly and give him all the opportunity.
What?
I think people are giving themselves too many reasons to be single. And they're setting up all these rules that if you got to jump through 17 different hoops
Yeah.
before I'm going to give you a shot.
Yeah.
And if you got to date every 3 weeks, then, you know, you do you. But if it's been
But
6
some people
months, 8
don't.
months, 9 months, 12 months, and ain't nobody asked you out, and you just sitting there.
You're saying the problem is them.
I'm just saying you can sit there and do nothing as long as you want to, but faith without works is...
They said it. That's hard, Stephen.
Am I allowed to say hoe in church?
We're not at church.
No, I'm not. My PR team said no. I just did. Some of these men that are confident and ain't got no problem shooting their shot, it is because they are what I just said that I'm not allowed to say. So we're like confidence. Sometimes that confidence comes from lust.
So how can you tell the difference?
I'm just saying, a man who shoots his shot is what I want, not necessarily. You've got to give, you're going to hear the theme over and over and over again. Yeah. You've got to give everybody a fair shot. God made some people introverts. Yeah. God made some people extroverts. Yeah. Don't try to force somebody in a bucket, and if they're not that, then cut them off, because you never know. You're going to miss out on some really good people.
You are. I love that.
I did shoot my shot, so it is what it is.
All right, here we go.
You did. Well, go for it.
My name is Arnisha. I'm 32.
Hey.
Hi. So
relationship status?
I am single. I'm divorced. I've been separated for over a year, but officially divorced since August.
Okay.
Officially since August?
Yes.
I don't know why y'all clapping. Is that I'm glad you're free, or I'm glad you're vulnerable? I don't know what that clap was for, but go ahead.
So before I start, I want to say, Pastor Zai, you are absolutely stunning. I love that every time.
Say it twice.
Yes.
Yeah. I paid her to say that, y'all. I paid her to say that.
But seriously, every time that we cross paths or have the opportunity, you just radiate so much joy and so much everything. So, you know, that's awesome, and I love you guys' love. But my question is going through being in relationships from high school, college, and then going into marriage and living a secular Christian lifestyle, and then now being divorced and being fully sold out for Christ, how do I allow God to step in as that role as, you know, my husband or the love of my life? And then on top of that, I have 2 girls, so I have kids. I have a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old, and they're going through this time of like crushes and stuff like that. So they're seeing mommy like be single and sold out for Christ. So how can I allow God to be that role for me before I allow another man to step in and fill that role?
I love that you said that. Let me clarify real quickly. You said I lived kind of a secular Christian lifestyle. Before.
Right.
So what you mean is like I went to church, but I wasn't fully surrendered to God.
Well, yes, I went to church. I absolutely, you know, had my life surrendered to Christ, but backslid and, you know, just...
Yeah. I love that. Thank you for that vulnerability. Mm-hmm. That's huge. What'd you say?
First of all, I sense strength speaking to you, which is great. I think divorce is an ugly thing that we can experience, and it's a death that takes place. But I do believe that God's a healer, one, and I do believe that there's still greater that he has in store. Seriously, sometimes people feel after a divorce like, now I'm, spoiled goods, and I'm all these different things that the enemy tries to say, and that's just not the case. That's a lie straight from hell. Yeah. I will say that the most beautiful thing you said is that you're wanting God to be everything now to you. One thing came to mind. I was actually talking to a girlfriend about it who's in a similar situation. There's this book. I'm a book nerd. It's called The Sacred Romance.
You mean it's called Relationship Roadmaps?
The funny thing is, I was actually going to get to that, but...
Oh, sorry. I'll be humble.
But with that book, it just talks about how God really wants to do that, like the way God romances you and fills you up. It's because sometimes we're used to a man doing that or a woman doing that for us, and we can't even see that this whole time God has been trying to get your attention. God has been trying to give you surprises like the sunset or surprises like a phone call. Like he's been literally doing all these things to get your attention, and you're now like, wait a minute, you've been here all along. So I think as you're in that journey, you're gonna feel him like, you're gonna sense his presence like never before. One of the things though, it sounds like you're still in journey. And so I'm not saying that there's a set time as to, okay, after a month, after a year, after 2 years of being divorced, now I'm ready. I think it varies from person to person. It also varies on the pace in which they're chasing God. And I think as you are on that journey, you'll feel this freedom. You'll feel like your heart kind of say, it's time. And so I think you should trust yourself and trust the community that you're around. And if you're doing that, then you're going to notice that there's just going to be this internal confidence, this internal peace. And I think that's what you're looking for in the next phase that God has for you. However, you speak about it in your book about even... For a second, can we celebrate Relationship Roadmap, please? You talk about the pace, like if a person has kids, how do they go about dating? Should I bring them around my kids right away and all that? Do you want to step into that a little bit more?
Do you know that you're amazing? Because you are amazing. There is this quiet confidence on you that I'm telling you, you ain't gonna be single for long. And make sure you fight off the losers. I'm gonna be nice to you, but I'm gonna clear something up for you and then for all the other sisters in the room. There's nowhere in Scripture where God presents himself as a husband, a boyfriend, or a lover. He actually says, I'm your father. And he says, I'm gonna drown you in love, but in the love of a father. And one of the reasons why he's so clear in that is because he said it is not good to be alone. He created us for partnership.
Yeah.
And God says, I don't want to fill the void of wanting and needing a partner because that's not the void God wanted to fill. He wanted a human to fill that. So a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not dating in this season. I'm dating Jesus. He ain't dating you.
Jesus has a bride.
The Bible says that the church is the bride of Christ. He married already. He ain't available. So allow the love of God to overwhelm you, but don't fight off the desire for companionship as if that's something evil or sinful or whatever. God placed that inside of you, and he said, no good thing will he withhold, as you said, as you walk sold out for him.
Yeah.
So I want you to have the love of God, but also I want you to live with a little anticipation of the amazing husband that God is going to bring into your life so that you're open to that gift when it comes. But just hear me again. You're amazing. Oh, what you were asking from the book. Because you have kids, protect those kids at all costs. And here's what I mean by that. You can date. They do not need to meet that guy until you are pretty sure that this is a serious option. Because what you don't want is that men, or for single fathers, women, are entering and exiting your kid's life. Because they're going to naturally look at that guy as a mentor. And if that mentor is exiting every 18 months or whatever it may be, it's going to harden their heart. So he don't need to meet the kids. You'll meet them eventually, but no, that's not how you're going to. He's not dating your family yet. He's just dating you. We love you.
We love you.
Come on now.
One thing, though, I would add for those that have been divorced, or maybe you were just in a relationship for a very, very long time and it didn't pan out how you wanted to. I think, especially if you dated someone crazy, you know, sometimes or you were married to someone crazy. I think sometimes the thought is you can only see how they were awful and how crazy they were. However, you played a part in that as well. And I think it's important to do the work via even the spiritual things, like being a part of a group and all that, but also even counseling to see what are some of the things that I did so that you don't take this angst or this fear into the new relationship and you start to project. Like, let's say that your last person cheated on you or something like that, so then person doesn't pick up their phone, it's like, oh, they're cheating. No, wait a minute. You get what I'm saying? So I think we just need to do the work to see how did I contribute to the demise of the relationship. Because as bad as they may have been, they weren't the only one in the relationship. Does that make sense?
We got to hurry up because I got to get to this white mink coat. I am dying to know what your question is. God almighty. All right. Right here.
What's your question? What's your relationship status? What campus?
And then if you want to read one, you can.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Kyra. I go to BWI.
Hey,
Kyra.
I'm 22.
Okay.
You said 22?
Yeah.
I'm a little different because
Oh.
I'm recently, well, not recently, but I'm divorced and I have a child.
Oh, you're 22?
Yeah.
With a
Yes,
child. And how long were you married?
A year and a half.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Yes. And so I often find now that I'm like, okay, I should probably start going on dates because, you know, I'm young, I'm a little turnt. But for Jesus,
Did you say you're turnt?
But for God, yeah, for God.
She said, for God.
Oh.
I got a feeling that it ain't a little.
Oh, it is.
I love it.
But I find that the young men my age aren't as mature as I am. But, you know, Uncle them, they cute and all, but I'm 22. I don't want to date somebody in their 40s, and I often have more in common with people in their 40s. So should I just not date for a few decades, or? I looked in the book, I couldn't find the answer.
Yeah. It was in there.
Oh, okay.
All right,
At
answer.
22, I was planning a church launch. Not all 22-year-olds are immature. Not all 22-year-old boys are mama's boys. I was, but that's not the story.
You were.
But what I'm saying is, it happens with so many people. We assume because the last 3 we met were like this, that everybody in the world is like that. And what I really got to get y'all to understand is finding a good spouse, not a spouse. Finding a good spouse is difficult. They're not just standing in every connect group at every campus, so you can't get discouraged when you meet the first 3 and, you know, their bank account is in the negative and they don't got a plan for their life and all that other good stuff. There are some great guys out here that are 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, not 30. I stop at 30, but
Judge me. I feel like 30, she gonna be like, girl,
don't worry about grandma. Grandma gonna be okay.
She's not gonna.
I would go past 30, but yeah.
I love that. No, it's good.
Cool.
Yeah.
I did have a question. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Okay. It's
Oh yeah. How'd you get a mic? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nah, but in regards to that question, does age matter?
Does age matter?
Yeah.
Does age?
What? Okay. Who should I pick on? Let me two of y'all. Give me your age range. Give me how old you are, and then give me what age you would entertain. Name?
Brittany.
Okay. How old are you?
29.
29.
No, 28. Sorry.
28.
I'll be 29 this year.
We see in the future. What age would you tolerate? Entertain.
For younger than me, maybe 26.
Okay, 3 years younger. Okay.
Older than me, 38.
Okay, that's not bad.
So you'd go way older, but not way younger.
Not too much.
Why
Not
would
too
you go
much.
way older, but not way younger?
The maturity is not giving what it's supposed to give.
The assumed maturity.
That's fair.
You said the maturity?
The assumed maturity.
Yeah.
Because they some 40-year-olds
I know. There are some that are
that
out there
act their
not
shoe
mature,
size. How about you? How old are you? What's your age range?
I'm 30.
Okay.
My age range would be, I would agree, 27.
Speak up. They can't hear you. They can't hear you. Come on. Can
Hello?
crank that up. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah,
Hi.
we got you.
Yes.
Oh, switch mics. I think it's just in the monitors. Yeah, we got you. Oh, don't touch it.
Hold on. I got you, friend. Hold on, right here.
Right here.
Oh, thank you. I'm 30, so my youngest would be like 27.
Okay.
But then I would say like 35.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a much tighter age range.
Just a bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Should age matter?
Should age matter?
You, babe.
For me?
Yeah. What do you think? What would your advice be?
I think everyone is different. And depending on their experiences, depending on their birth order, there's so many things to consider. I do know a lot of women, they don't want to go younger. They'd rather someone older.
We need to keep it a buck, because
What?
they got some cougs up in Union Church. We say we wouldn't go younger, but
It is.
I'm the one doing these weddings, so.
And And which is a good thing. I think someone, of course, ideally someone would want maybe the person to be the same age or between 1 or 2. And sometimes someone does come out of nowhere that just sweeps you off your feet. And I think you need to be open. Yeah. But depending on their values, depending on how serious they are, depending on their walk with the Lord, these are things to consider strongly and not say, oh my goodness, I'm 37 and they are 30 and I'm just not interested by any stretch of imagination. Possibly, like that, possibly. However, there could be a really great 30-year-old. So you have to be open and also live with the fact that if y'all do get married, are you okay with someone maybe saying something left? You know what I mean? Yeah. 'Cause are you okay with someone calling you a cougar? Like, are you okay with that? All right. But if you're happy, then forget them. They're not in your bed. Like, forget it.
Any ladies in the room, you got no issue dating a man 8 years younger than you. Can you stand? Can you stand? Stand.
8?
We're the
8 years younger?
If you're cougar and you know it, clap your hands.
Clap. Okay. 8 years younger.
I love, not many,
which is fine.
There's more. They just didn't stand.
You said they just didn't stand. No, they did not.
Here's what I would say.
What?
Age does matter. Uh-huh. It matters more the younger you are. It matters a little bit less the older you are. If a 65-year-old marries a 50-year-old, you're like,
whatever.
If a 35-year-old marries a 20-year-old, we call the police. So
Stop.
I think it depends. The older you get, the more we're just adults, and there's not that much of a difference. Here's the one thing that I will say. Have a little vision for your life. So when you're 22, they're 32, like, no big deal. But when you're 42 and you trying to go to Como and they 52, and they're like, well, I got AARP discount, so we could actually, And what you're gonna find is at sometimes you get into seasons deeper in a marriage and you are not at the same seasons of life. You're not thinking about the same things. So just have long-term vision. But phenomenal question.
Yeah, love it.
Where we at?
Ready, boss?
That is a really tight shirt. Sorry, but you swole, so it works.
Boss.
It works.
He said he likes his biceps. Go for it. What's your name?
Out.
So, my name is Mikhail. I'm 23. And
you're 23?
23, yeah.
23.
Okay, awesome,
we had a 22-year-old. Okay,
yes.
go for it.
Stop. Would you consider yourself mature?
Yes, very much.
Okay, why would you say that?
I read a lot of books. I'm in my prayer closet a lot. I
Yeah,
get a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
of discernment.
Prayer closet, ladies.
He's got a prayer closet.
He doesn't just pray, a prayer
And he's got
closet.
biceps.
And he got biceps.
I love it. Sorry, go ahead. That's your question.
Go for it.
So, yeah, my question is,
It's a
how do you
turtleneck.
discern the difference between...
Hold on, you gotta stop because we are cracking up right now. I can hear a word you saying.
Turtleneck, that's serious.
I want to ask him to flex, but I won't do that.
You want some flex?
Go ahead. I'm listening. We listening. Now I really want to hear this question. Go ahead, my guy.
Wait, they said had him do it on stage. That's what the lady said.
Oh, I'm not doing that. Hey, hot and bothered.
No,
okay.
go for
Go
it.
ahead.
Yeah, so...
I can't hear his question.
Hey.
I told you there was mature 23-year-old. Go ahead. No. Go ahead. We listen. Shh.
My question,
Yeah.
right? How do you discern the difference between loving somebody through their trauma and insecurities? Because we're all broken and all sick, right?
Yeah,
versus leaving because it's a toxic relationship.
That is a very mature question.
Repeat the question again for those that didn't
How do you decide when to love, when you're dating, obviously, love somebody through their trauma, because we're all broken vessels in process being renewed by God, And when do you know this is just too toxic? Chuck the deuces, I'm out.
That's great.
Good luck.
That's great.
What, do I stay or do I go?
That's great. I love what you said. Everyone does come with something. Whether you have the best parents, whether you're coming from a two-parent home or you're coming from single, we all come with something. And that's just a reality. People didn't pick their history, they were born into it. Now, I do believe that when we become Christians, that we're made new, you know? And the blood of Jesus that pours through our veins is thicker than any type of thing that we could have experienced in the past. However, there is, how do I say it this way? Sometimes it's hard to get the Egypt outside of you. And I think sometimes we don't realize how tethered we are to Egypt and to the trauma and to all the things. And sometimes it becomes a space where I'm more comfortable going back than I am going to the promised land and what God has for me. Now, what you have to do in a relationship, of course, is, I believe, show grace. And sometimes you're going to be graced for a person. God just gave you this supernatural grace for them. However, there's a difference between being graced for a person and also being their Messiah. There is only one Jesus. And sometimes people get used to, a person being there for them, that they don't even go to the cross anymore. Even if they're a Christian. That's great.
It's like, you're my everything. And they'll tell you, and they'll almost like put the onus of them getting better on you. And you're not their Jesus. Like, you're not called to be their Jesus. And if they don't want to do the work themselves, as in, I'm a big proponent of counseling and having sisters or brothers around them that can help them. If they're not actively pursuing freedom and pursuing health, but they just want to cling to you, then you gotta run for your life. You gotta run, Forrest, run, because that thing is gonna be very dangerous. And here's the thing, you're gonna feel awful, especially if you love that person, and especially if you have some history and all that stuff, but you gotta let them find Jesus themselves, because you're not their Messiah.
The best time to have a divorce is before you get married.
Before.
And dating is not ministry. A lot of times, godly people, we want to heal everybody around us.
Yes.
And that's not what God has called us to do. So let me give y'all a litmus test. Because a lot of times you've got so much grace, you love people, man, I just want to heal this person, help them and all that. And you begin to say, I can put up with the toxicity. So ask yourself this question. Do I want to take my children through this? Do I want this person, this woman, raising my daughter? Do I want my daughter to end up like this? And if your answer is, I would not wish this on my children, then you owe it to your legacy to not bring that into your world.
You owe it to your legacy? That's strong.
That got deep real fast.
Yes, it did. But mental illness, mental health
23
is real.
mature with pecs. I'm just saying.
Yes.
All right.
Go on this
Next
side.
question.
Okay.
She came back. Right here. Yep, go ahead.
Hi, my name's Michael.
Why are you looking out there? I'm right here, Michael. I'm right here. Michael, like, my name, Michael. My name, Michael. I'm just...
My name's Michael.
What's up?
24.
Okay.
UBCBWI.
Come on.
Okay.
Not single. 6 years in a relationship, a little too long. My question for you guys.
Okay. He was in high school. High school. We'll give him 3 years of grace. 3 years too long. Go ahead.
That's fine.
Question is...
You've been dating for 6 years.
Should you get married?
Yes. Should I wait till I have everything together before asking my wife to be married?
Can I?
Michael.
You asked me in front of 2,200 people, so don't be mad at me. Bro, you just called her your wife. In the question you say, before I ask my wife to marry me, So in your mind, it's already till death do us part. Here would be my answer to you. There is nothing wrong with starting from scratch with
And
the person
building.
you're going to spend the rest of your life with and building together. You must have a vision for your life and you must have a vision for your family. You must also be able to provide for a family. But there is not necessarily when I get this debt paid off or I have this amount of money saved or whatever it may be, it's been 6 years.
You talk.
Can I say it the American way or say it the Caribbean way? The American way is paint or get off the ladder. The Caribbean way is poop or get out the pot. But I'm just saying, make a decision, and because it's not fair to her, it's not fair to you. Yeah.
Okay, quick. When you say a man must be able to provide for their family,
Yeah.
what does that mean?
That means I've got enough money to pay for a 1-bedroom apartment somewhere in the DMV,
Okay.
and I could put food on the table,
Okay.
and keep insurance on our cars,
Okay.
lights on, heat on. That's it.
Because I do think some men have this pressure, like I need to be able to buy the $1 million home like today. I need to be able to, you know, like we need to have the Mercedes-Benz and the Beamer, you know, and we need to be able to do all these different things. And so
You're
I think
24, right?
he's young.
That should not be your
That's not-
story. If it is, you are so deep in debt, you can't even breathe right now. You don't need a Benz, you don't need a house. You need a solid job, a vision, and a preacher. I do. We right here, actually. So, cool. Great groups. You don't need a group. You need a preacher.
I love it. Let's go.
All right.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey. My name is Alexandra, and I am 28, and I'm just
Relationship status.
I'm here for clarity.
You're here. Oh.
Oh. So it's a situationship?
Don't look over there. You mind your business.
my
Leave her.
cousin.
No, leave her alone.
That's
okay,
my
go ahead. Right here.
cousin.
Right here. Right here. Okay, keep going.
Okay.
It's complicated.
We together, but listen.
I'm listening. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let her
For
talk.
real,
Let's talk.
I'm not even joking. It's been rough. So
Yeah, yeah.
we've known each other for over 10 years.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He was the drummer. I'm the PK. So like it's a whole thing, right? I know it's
Don't date the drummer.
And I gave him some.
Drummer, man. I'm sorry. I didn't hear.
Wait, what is that? What she said?
I missed it.
I gave the drummer some.
You gave the drummer some?
I did.
Okay. Shh.
It's really bad.
Told y'all not to date the drummer. Hold on. I can't hear. Good.
For real. So we've had a very complicated, like we be together, break up, be together, break up.
Yeah.
The last situation, I almost hit him with my car type situation.
Yeah. Hold on.
But wait a minute.
Hold on.
It was a lot of this man taught me a lot about myself to the point where I put myself in therapy.
Yeah.
Because I never knew I could be triggered in such a way.
I got you.
And
I'm proud of you.
But he still pulled up. That's why we back together.
Okay, no.
Clarification.
Yeah.
But
Don't worry about them. They don't got no man. It's good.
But my question is, now that I'm in therapy, he supported my therapy.
Uh-huh.
All of the grievances that I have, he seems to want to improve on it.
Of course he does.
But because of the history and because of where I was triggered, I don't know if this is worth staying with him.
Yeah.
But he's not bad. You know, like when someone is genuinely trying to be good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And you wanna.
He trying so hard.
But I wasn't all the way good
I know.
either.
I get it.
Yeah. So I don't know what to do.
You do.
You do.
Hold on. Hold on. Can I ask you a question? How old are you?
28.
28.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they've been together for 10
Hold
years?
Hold on. I got
We've
you.
known each other. We were together.
You
for
are
like 3 years.
now 48, and your 20-year-old daughter comes to you and said, I'm dating a drummer. And first of all, you're going to be like, we fell into sin. We dated, we broke up, we dated, we broke up, we dated, we broke up. I'm working on myself. I never heard you say he's working on himself. I just heard you say he's getting better. Hold on. What are you telling your daughter? The daughter that you love? Let me not put you on the spot, because I know what's going on in your head. You know exactly what you would tell your daughter, but you also are like, man, I'm caught up. You were super direct. Can I be super direct?
Absolutely.
Soul ties are real.
They are.
And it will tie you to someone that God never called you to be tied to. And hear me, you are worth being honored, treasured, respected, pursued, valued, and set above a man's only desires.
Come on.
And you have not experienced yet that.
Yes.
And God has something so much more for you. Hear me. Hey, are y'all all right if I'm a pastor just for a second? Ladies, can you let her go? Let her go. Can I keep it a buck? Because mamas will hug you. Dads will get up in your face. You are stronger than that. You are wiser than that. You have the mind of Christ. Wipe those tears. Put your shoulder back. Be the daughter of God that God has called you to be, and have some respect for yourself. And a respectable man will walk into your life. Amen? I love you. All right, where the Kleenex at? I need one.
That's beautiful.
God
That's real.
Almighty. All right. We got a few more minutes, and then it's open season at Union Church. I need this to be a very light and funny, hilarious.
Okay, make something up.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, ask your question. Go ahead. No pressure. Ask the question.
Hi guys, my name's Samaya. I'm 22.
Hey.
I was engaged, and I called my engagement off, and I broke up with the person, left the person, everything. And a big reason for why I did was because we weren't equally yoked.
Okay.
And I was kind of stuck between like being a Christian and spreading the good news and like bringing this person with me. And so my question is, like, when should you cut your losses between like, okay, I'm ready to go waist deep. You're still in here playing in the shallow water, but it's like, it's my job to bring you to.
Yeah.
It's your job.
So I don't know the answer to your question.
I'm not God. I'm not trying to be God.
Yeah.
But like as a Christian, it's like I want you to be deep in your faith. So like come do it with me. Let's go to things. And it's like when they don't really want to. They don't want to.
I don't know the answer yet, but can I ask you a question? Are you regretting your decision? Because you said you cut it off and you moved on.
No, I don't regret it.
Okay.
But sometimes.
But you are here asking the question.
Because for me and my own faith, sometimes I wonder, like, did God put this person in my life for me to, like, you know, be a vessel, or like, did I need to run? And I ran.
Yep. Good job.
Okay.
Good job.
But
Don't double.
Wonder.
So. To give you a quick answer, you made the absolute right decision. We said it earlier. Dating is not ministry.
Yeah.
God will never bring in your life somebody for you to date to a deeper relationship with him. 1. 2, he is supposed to lead you.
Yeah.
You are dragging him.
Yeah.
That ain't it. And to make it super biblical, the Bible, Paul told Timothy, the older women are to treat the younger women as daughters. And the older men are to treat the younger men as sons. Yeah. You never see anywhere in the Bible where you've got cross-gender discipleship. The only place for all my theologians could be like, okay, Priscilla and Aquila, they did disciple John Mark, but it was a married couple pouring into a young man. It was not a woman pouring into a man. God will, I can say this emphatically, God will not send a man into your life for you to disciple. Fellas, God will not send a woman into your life for you to disciple. You are not her
priest until you say, I do.
That's great.
So, no, good job. Keep running.
Hey, how you
Love
doing?
it.
Ready?
All right, we're going to get through this line.
Yeah.
Just, dear Jesus. We didn't even
Yeah.
get to white mink yet.
White man.
Go ahead.
Hello, I'm Sanaya and I'm 19. I want to know, how do you face
Are you single?
Yes.
Okay, please don't date no dude for 6 years, okay?
Oh, no.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, how do you face temptation as a young adult in the dating pool?
How do you face temptation as a young adult? Well, first of all, don't listen to Glorilla, but go ahead. How do you face temptation?
I think temptation is everywhere. As a young adult, as a middle-aged adult, as an older adult, like temptation is everywhere because the enemy wants us to sin. The enemy wants us to sin and to be so ashamed of our sin that we don't want to go to God and repent. So temptation is it's a fact of life. However, some of us, we think we're more holier than we really are. And we allow ourselves to be in situations, to be around people that are gonna, and circumstances that are gonna pull that side of us. And you have to be a little bit more shrewd. You just have to know yourself and be a little bit more shrewd. Like, okay, I'm not gonna go to the club because I'm gonna start drinking, or
I'm there to evangelize.
Yeah, I'm there to. Which people say is not
Welcome
the
Home
club.
Sunday is coming. I just try to invite people to Welcome Home Sunday.
Or to brunch or whatever, the rooftop bar, whatever places. I'm like, I'm not gonna go there because I know the type of people that are around there. So I'm not even gonna put myself in that position. I'm not going to text that guy because I know that he has nothing good to say and I know that he's not about Jesus. So I'm not even gonna entertain his text messages back. Because sometimes we get a little lonely and sometimes we like to, just feel good about ourselves. So I'm not gonna do all of that stuff. I'm not gonna be by myself with another person in a home. I'm not gonna do that because I know no matter how much Jesus I have, under the right circumstances, when I'm overwhelmed, when I'm happy, he just gotta look at me. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's being mindful of the boundaries and setting them up for our worst days and not the best days. Because ultimately, the enemy is going to try to bring temptations around you all the time, so we just have to be smarter than that. Do you want to add anything to it?
Yeah, let's talk about porn for a second. Because not all temptation is a physical person. Sometimes it is this stupid little device right here. And get biblical for half a second. You remember the story with Jacob when he had the spotted and speckled sheep? All he had to do was put spots in front of the sheep, and whatever they looked at, they produced. A lot of us don't realize our battle with temptation is intensified by the media we are intaking before it gets to porn.
Yeah.
So just all the vixens that we're scrolling through on Instagram, all the television shows that we're watching, the music that we are pumping in our hearts, it is creating a desire that we want to live out. Yeah. So even before you're talking about physical boundaries, guard your heart, guard your mind. Can I be honest with you? It's gonna make you a loser because you're not gonna know what the latest song is. You're not gonna know what happened on the season finale of Power. You're not... It's softcore before it's hardcore. So if you would guard your intake, it would be a lot easier to avoid the physical temptation.
And I will say, if there's something that's just like, sometimes you're watching something and you feel it. You know.
That's the Holy Ghost.
That's the Holy Ghost. It's like, I just don't know. It's like, it's all right, it's going to be over soon. It's not over soon. And the scene is just intensifying. But when you feel that, heed the voice of God. That's God trying to protect you. So just he speaks to us, guys. And if you fall, it's repenting and knowing that there's grace and making sure that you don't go in that situation again. But phenomenal question. Is a 19-year-old asking that?
Come on, you got a bright future.
You setting
I love
yourself
it.
up for nothing but good.
All right. So we got 10 minutes and we got
Yes.
20 people.
Rapid
so we
fire.
got 30 seconds per
Okay, you're not-
person.
okay.
So don't be
Mid-fire?
offended.
Oh, no, not
okay.
mid-co- okay, we got
Ready?
something else.
Go for it.
Hi, my name is Jessica.
Hey, Jessica.
Hello. Perfect segue. My question is.
How old is you?
30.
30.
Okay, 30.
Can I pause real quick? I need 240 plus.
Wow.
Cause are they in the line? Are they in the line? Can we get 2 to jump up? Cause we ain't getting them but 19, 20, 22, 23, and sometimes a 32. No. Get back there. Y'all just get back a little. Golly.
You can be next. You can be
Go
next.
ahead.
Go for it.
My question is, how would you advise us to guard our hearts while being open to love and finding meaningful connection?
That's such a great question.
That's cute. Go for it.
Okay, so how do you guard your heart but be open at the same time?
You can do both.
If you think about the depth of your heart, your deepest dreams are on the bottom, your values are in the middle, and your likes, preferences are on the top. Make sure you're not sharing from the depth of your heart early in a relationship. I don't know you. I'll give you my preferences. Maybe I'll give you my values. I'm not telling you my 30-year plan. Don't ask me how many kids I want. It's none of your business. Don't ask me where my finances are. It's none of your business. Don't ask me what the last deep thing God told me was. It's none of your business. You tracking with me?
Yeah.
So just make sure you pace how much you share at the pace of the relationship. Sometimes when you're really eager, it's like, oh, and some church folks think intentional dating is sharing everything
You
about my
talk about
soul
that, yeah.
from day one. And guard your heart is, I'm going to keep some of the stuff in there until you've proven that you can be trusted with it. Cool.
And I will also say, when you start to talk to someone, get friends around, because sometimes when we start to talk to someone, we just go dark. It's just me and the guy and me and stuff like that. And it's like, no, bring people around so we know that this is a safe person for you to journey with, because that person could be crazy and you don't want to waste your time. And then when they're like, hey, that person is crazy, you're like, no, but they're just so nice. And they're also dumb. Okay, mink coat.
All right, rapid.
I want to hear mink coat.
Mink coat here, 40-year-olds. We keep moving. Go ahead.
What's your name?
D'Angelo.
Well, of course you got a mink coat with your name being D'Angelo. Golly. Go ahead, D-Lo. Oh, I see his chain that says D-Lo.
How old are you?
28.
28, okay.
Yeah.
Single?
Yes.
For how long?
2 years.
Okay, cool.
So
they digging the mink coat.
I say a lot has happened. So this is just for clarity, because I'm still learning. Is it acceptable to date multiple people or to just date one? And the reason why I ask is
You sound like a D'Angelo right now.
the reason why I ask is because I'm not really big on sharing my energy with multiple people. I'd rather just stick to one, get to know them so they can have opportunity to get to know all of me instead of sharing my time. So I just wanted to...
No, don't give them all of you. Remember, we guarding our heart. Keep that stuff in there. Don't be giving all of you. All of me.
I just wanted to know what was acceptable because I don't want to go about doing the wrong thing moving forward.
Yeah. A lot of the questions that we ask are really simple. If we would ask ourselves, well, how do I want my son or daughter treated? And how would I feel if it was flipped? So all the guys in here, ain't nothing wrong with dating multiple girls, but you're going to feel some type of way when you find out that girl is going out with multiple different guys. Yeah. So I think there's nothing wrong with having multiple friends that you are interested in. But once you are going out on dates, it should be one person at a time. And if you're like, I really want to go out on a date with that person, then you need to bring it to a close with this person. And stop ghosting people. That is so little. Just be man or woman enough to say, not interested. Thank you. I love that quote. All right.
Hi, my name is Jordan. I'm 24 years old. I am single for the majority of my life. And my question is,
This man
how do I
said
say
the majority. I ain't gonna let you skip past that. Sheesh.
But you don't want to be single any longer.
You're in the right place, my guy. Go ahead.
Great place.
So my question is, how does a 24-year-old virgin that's waiting for marriage navigate the world that's filled with temptation?
A 24-year-old what?
Virgin.
Okay, I thought that's what you said. I just want say it with your chest.
Come on.
I love it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, just.
I got married a virgin. It's possible.
Yeah, that's kind of my question. How does
I ain't a virgin no more.
That's kind of my
Go
question.
ahead.
How do I just navigate that where there's so much temptation and ridicule you have for being in a state that I am? That's often the trouble I face as I'm meeting women or in dating in that sense.
Yeah. How do you keep it locked? That's what he said, right? That's what I heard.
How do you, no, as a guy,
I had a mentor that told me this. So I was actually pastoring at the time. I was 23 years old. And I'm like, man, I'm exhausted. I'm working 60-hour weeks, like this, that. He said, perfect. He said, you can't fall into sin when you're too exhausted from work. Your grandma used to say, idle hands is the devil's playground. So my advice to you would be stay busy. Work hard. Get a couple more degrees, lead 3 connect groups, serve all 4 services on Sunday. And what you're gonna find out is you are either working or sleeping because you got no more energy left. A lot of people that are falling into sin, there's not an intentionality of what they have in their life. 24 is building season. You should not have a lot of downtime and free time as a 24-year-old. You should have 3 jobs, working on 2 degrees, 7 different dream teams, and on outreach. 40-year-old, let's go. How old you is?
I am 44.
Let's go. We've been waiting on you.
You look good, Mom.
What's your name?
Hey. I am Nicole. I'm from the BWI campus.
Come on now.
Hey.
Are you single?
I am single.
How long?
almost 4 years.
Okay.
My question, and it's kind of the segue, I'm too busy. So how do I open myself to allow dating to be even a part of my schedule? Because
why are you so busy?
Because I love doing my group. I love
But
doing
you can't marry them.
But it brings me joy.
Yeah.
So
There's other things that can bring a whole lot more joy. Trust me.
God
I'm
designed
full
you for
of
a
joy.
whole lot of stuff.
True, but
The joy of the Lord is my strength.
But I don't want that headache of the dating.
Oh, okay, hold on.
So, if I'm already happy in the things that I'm doing.
You said you're already happy?
In the things that I am doing.
If you know me, how long you been in your church?
For almost 4 years.
You know I love you, but you know I'm a little ignorant too.
It's
if you so
okay,
happy,
I'm
why you
ready.
here tonight?
It's time.
It's time. I know it's time. I'm just trying to make sure you know it's time.
But I don't want to give anything up, though, Pastor.
Okay,
I love
so you're
it.
not gonna get married.
Yeah.
You can't listen. I'm sorry. I know I'm being mean to you, but we family. Your mama told you can't have your cake and eat it too.
I just want a small piece.
No.
But here's the thing.
There's a different type of cake to eat. Trust me.
At 44, if you want a good man, you're gonna have to be intentional about it.
Yeah.
And you cannot be intentional without investing in it. You're going to need to invest it because you value it. But I think what you're saying is I don't value being in a relationship because I'm not putting any time in that space. And that's the hard truth. So if you really think it's time, then you have to make
It's been time. You're such a good sport. Thank you for letting me be so mean.
Great.
So
You're
let me say this. A lot of 44-year-old married women put their kids before their husband. Put taking care of mom or whoever else before and they have their marriage out of order. and they're miserable in marriage because their life is out of godly order. Now is your season in life to practice godly order. So when you are married, it is easy to keep your marriage in godly order. Here is God's order. God first, family second. Hear me. And part of family is building relationship, providing, which is career and all that. Ministry third. God created marriage before he created church, which means finding a spouse is before leading a connect group. Okay, God bless. You have been phenomenal. Come on. Can you give it up?
We love you.
I can see the end of the tunnel.
Hey, my name is Sabrae. I'm 27.
Hey,
the babies.
Hey. So my question is, how do you find balance in between like standing on business and giving grace? Because I'm told sometimes that I'm a little bit too strict, and then I'll give grace, and it's like, all right, I gave too much grace. So like, what do you?
Give me an example of something that you're just like, I ain't putting up with this.
Okay, so say that a guy like asks to take me out, and he set the date up or whatever, and day of cancel. I'm normally like, all right, I'm done. Like, you know, what's
Stay
up?
on business.
Yeah,
but,
that's good.
But sometimes my friends are like, well, what if his mom is sick or something like that?
He would have told you.
I know. So that's what I'm saying. But I just feel like sometimes I just struggle with figuring out when I should be strict and when I shouldn't.
Yeah.
It depends on, you said something a long time ago. A lot of us women, we give our numbers way too fast. And we become accessible to jokers way too fast. And so before you're going on a date, a one-on-one date, and you outline this in the book, it's before that someone, let's say they get your number or they get your, I don't know, your Instagram handle, whatever it is that they do, then get around them in a group setting and not just one-on-one. Because then this is the area where you're spying out the land, like, are you even worth an investment? I think quickly it's like we meet someone, it's like, oh yeah, cool, yeah, we can go out and all that stuff, and then but that person was a joker. And you didn't know. And it's like, well, I want to give everyone a chance, Everyone gets a chance. Not everyone gets a chance. You're way too valuable for everyone. Your time is way too precious for everyone. So you need to first get around people and see, okay, they're a little consistent. They're great. They said they're going to be here on time, and they showed up a little early. They showed up with some, a plant or something like that. And this is a person that I can spend a little time with. And from there, you can go on one-on-ones. But too many of us, we give numbers to so many folks, and then people are trifling. It's like, well, they're all terrible.
How old are you again?
27.
27, okay.
Yeah.
It sounds like you on it. You're making the right calls.
Yeah.
If you 30 and you still ain't had a serious boyfriend, then you're being too strict. So just watch the clock. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. Watch the clock is wild.
Hi, my name is Bonita, and I'm...
You said Bonita?
Bonita, B-O-N-I-T-A, Bonita.
Beautiful.
Okay, I love it.
Beautiful, yes, thank you. And I am 52.
Come on.
Hi.
I love it.
Hey!
I'm so proud that you're up here.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
My question is, in dating, I'm divorced 2 years, and I'm just celibate now. However, when I find myself going out on a date or something like that in the church or a Christian setting, the men are younger.
Okay.
They're my children's age. I have a 34-year-old son. I have a 31-year-old son. I don't want to date my kids.
Yeah.
So that's where do I go, or what do I do if I'm in church, in Christ, and I'm praying and sitting and waiting?
Yeah.
Most of the men my age or established are established with wives.
So we got this question last night in Charlotte.
Yeah.
And all the divorced women are divorcing someone.
That is the funniest thing you've said, Stephen.
So all the men are not established with wives because they divorced. They out here somewhere. Here's what I would say. I'd say two things. And you've got to take a deep breath, and then you got to trust God. You ready for some hard truths? It's just not going to be easy. You just got to make up your mind. Just because it's hard doesn't mean it's impossible. And I would look for two things. There's a good chance that your future husband is known by somebody that you know.
Yeah.
There is friends, couples, whatever, that they know some guy out here that's a really good guy that loves God, that you've never met them. But if you were to put just a little bug in some of your friends and family's ear, if you know of a good guy, let me know. I'm looking. I'm telling you, somebody that you know knows some guy that you want to know. The other thing is, and I know 90% of this room hates the dating apps and all that other good stuff, because 98.2% of the people on them apps are losers. 99.2? But there are 0.8 people on there that are looking for the same thing you're looking for. And they're like, I don't know where to find it. And what we end up doing is we tell God how he can't meet our need. God, I'm open, but I'm not open through this app. I literally just did a wedding last April of a couple here at Union Church that were in their mid to late 50s, met on an app. And I was talking to the guy. He said I had an Excel spreadsheet literally outlining what I would tolerate, what I would not tolerate.
Y'all.
And I found what I was looking for. And
It's
they
a
are
project.
happily ever after. So go ahead.
Been there, done that.
No.
For 2 years.
Here's what I'm saying.
No, 2 years gone from it because that person decided they didn't no longer want it.
You said you met somebody on an app.
I met someone on an
and
app.
it didn't work out.
It did not work out.
But here's the thing. How many people are on these apps? In the DMV, 50,000, I don't know, 60, 80. I was married before the apps came out. There's a lot. You met one. And now you are making a carte blanche statement on all based on one that wasn't great. You've got to take a deep breath and say, this is going to be difficult, but God is ordering my steps. And I'm not going to tell him how he can't do a miracle in my life. And I'm telling you, your faith will produce what you want. I love it.
All right. Oh, okay.
He ain't going to let that mic go. We don't trust you.
That's fair enough. Steve, my name's Steve.
Come on, my guy.
Hey,
How
Steve.
you doing, man? Silver Spring campus.
Hey.
34 years old.
Okay.
Year and a half single.
Okay.
Yeah. So my question is, well, God has blessed me with. I have a good paying career, and He's also blessed me with a business that has a significant upside.
How's your credit?
Improving.
Okay.
Improving.
Great.
Yes.
Love it.
So as I'm in this period of growth, what values do I look for in a partner to ensure that she is aligned with my values and my vision, while make sure she's not, just there for the bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my biggest concern is I don't want to be like making a whole bunch of money, single, and then get got.
You ain't looking for a gold digger.
No. But
Question, give me your top two values. What are two of your values?
Two of my values is loyalty and communication. Communication is a
Loyalty and communication. How do I know if a woman wants me for my money?
Well, you're not going to lead with, hey, baby girl, I make a lot of money. I hope not.
But there are signs.
There are signs. And what are those signs, Stephen?
I mean, we gonna know somehow that you got money.
Sometimes. Sometimes you can't tell. But what are the signs?
How do you avoid a woman who just wants you for your money?
How do you avoid a person? Well, first of all, you bring them around your community. And I know it sounds like a broken record because sometimes a girl can look so dang good that you just lose your marbles. And so that's why you can't trust yourself the entire time, because she can keep her crazy or she can keep her ill intentions secret when she finds out, oh my goodness, that's that guy from singles night and he got money, girl. People remember, they're looking at you now, they're clocking you.
Watch your back. He said, I hope they looking.
Yeah, you're tall, hey, I like it, good beard, I like it. But someone said,
Somebody said I got my own money. Where you at?
What I'm trying to say is you don't assume that everybody wants your money, because the truth is, especially in the DMV, a lot of women, they make their own money.
Some of them don't. Some of them don't.
Some of them don't, but some of them have amazing careers. They have their self on lock. They're secure, and they're just looking for who God has from. They are around. They're here in this church here.
Well, I'm looking for someone to build an empire with. Like, I need a queen. I want to be a power couple.
So what I'll say, we got jump. They're not hard to tell. First
They're
of all,
not.
if she asks you to cash app her money, run for your like. You can tell when somebody's materialistic.
Thirsty.
They may not be coming after your money, but if all they talk about, all they consider, all they bring up is what they bought, where they went, how much money they spent, it's signs that there's not much more there than material. So it'll show. Come on. Ooh.
Hi. Okay.
She said, hey, Jessica.
Where Jessica? Who Jessica?
Wait a minute.
Jessica, are you a gold digger?
No.
We got one right here. No, go ahead. Go sit down. Go sit down. Go sit down. Go sit down. Go sit down.
Hey.
Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, my name is Nessie.
Go ahead.
Go for it. Okay, so my name is Nessie. I'm 28. I've been single since 2021.
Oh, stop. Okay, I got it. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm looking for a very direct guidance. How do you move forward in the dating world after you have lost someone who passed away and now you are getting comfortable with God so that you can be able to build a relationship with someone that you've never seen portrayed in your life of like mothers or grandmothers or whatever?
Yeah.
So that's my question.
That's a phenomenal question. Who passed away?
My fiance passed away.
Jesus.
We're military, so like we didn't like officially do the whole ring and stuff, and I was petty and it's a lot of stuff. But he passed away, and it took me about some time to find the right way to even how to deal with that. So I was crashing out, and then I was like, all right, I gotta get myself together. And then now, like I'm in therapy, I'm doing what I gotta do but I just don't know how to date. I feel like everybody wants to play this dating game, and I don't want to play. I just want to find somebody who's ready, who understands, who's willing to communicate. And if you don't want to do that, I don't want to do that. But I feel like I have a very quick, like, I don't want to do this. Because I know I don't want to do this.
Yeah. I love the question that you asked. I was going to ask you, have you gone to counseling? And you led with that already. When you lose a fiance, it is such a funky space because we were not married, but we had already planned our future together. So I now feel the grief as if I lost a husband, but he wasn't a husband, so there's that guilt. And then it doesn't matter if it's a fiance, a husband, a parent, everyone who's lost someone, we all have guilt of, I wish I had said more, communicated more, forgiven more, and that's just a lot to process. Does that make sense? So I'm proud of you that you're walking through, come on, that's a good place to... Now go ahead.
I feel like I've gone through the process of like, oh, I should have done this, I should have did this.
Yeah.
So now I'm just in a space where it's like, all right, I took that and I want to move forward.
Yeah. Now, let me flip the script on you a little bit. You said, I'm not about the games. There are thousands of men and women in this room that have never lost a fiance that have passed away, and they're not about the games either. Ain't none of us are about the games. So I'd be careful as you walk through. Don't view everything from the lens of this is because I'm grieving. And look at it as this is just the normal awkwardness of wading through a bunch of losers, waiting to find a great man that God has for me. Because everybody who's single is walking through the same foolishness, and not everything is connected to that heartbreak that you've walked through. Does that make sense? And you're just gonna have to go through the process. You're gonna compare every new prospect to your fiance, and that's not fair because they're different people with different gifts and all that other good stuff. But it sounds like you are doing a phenomenal job by the grace of God of walking out your here. I just saw you lip sync. You're not trying, you're doing it, girl. You are walking in freedom, which is phenomenal. So don't let the enemy whisper in your ear that trauma is going to affect every decision for the rest of you. You're a lot more sober-minded than you think you are. God bless you. Last one.
No pressure.
All right, no pressure.
No pressure. My name is Jasmine. I just turned 46 last week.
Come on now.
Thank you. Okay. So my question is, I am actively dating God's way with intention, and making
Actively dating, what that mean? You got a boyfriend?
No, I'm single. I'm
Okay.
making time to go out on dates, and when
Okay,
I'm
she
asked
said, don't yell at
out
me, Pastor. Don't yell at me,
on
Pastor. I
dates-
get it.
When I'm asked out on dates and I'm interested and I see that there's something there, I do go out on dates.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what I mean by that. So my question is, as I'm walking in this walk, when I meet a man and he tells me that he's Christian, that's like the base for me, right? Like, okay, now I will entertain you. I will have a conversation with you. However, when I find out, and I want you guys to help me like in my thinking as I'm dating, right? So this is why I'm asking the question. When I find out like he's Christian, but he's not in a church.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a church home.
Yeah.
That makes me like, where are you leading me? And
Nowhere.
where are we go? You know, exactly. So
Fast.
So then I'm like, so is it just a hard no? Because I don't want to be in the
Hard
boat
no.
of like,
Hard no.
okay.
Hard no.
So just don't even finish the question. Okay.
So,
good.
in the,
Wait, what'd you
sorry,
say?
you can
I missed
finish.
it.
Finish it.
Good.
Finish.
It's good because it's clear. The hard no is clear, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm really just saying, like, is it just a no?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
You
finish.
think, is it a
I'm sorry.
maybe?
No. Or because I don't want to be in a situation, because usually that's what I've been doing, right? It's a no for me because it's not attractive to me. If you're not going after Christ, if you're not in a it doesn't have to be union, but it's not attractive to me that you're not in a church. So my thing is, I don't want to like be in a situation where I am blocking potentially God's blessing,
not.
if that makes sense. Okay.
You're blocking a
I just wanna make
disaster from
sure.
happening.
Okay.
In the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, the Apostle Cat Williams said, "Why do liars lie?" I don't know why liars lie. Can I help all y'all out? Stop asking people if they're Christians. Because when you ask that question,
It's a yeah.
we already know what answer you want to hear.
Yeah.
So we are going to tell you, I bet you've almost never asked somebody, are they a Christian? They've told you no. Because they know what you want. And maybe they have and they're bold or whatever.
I just asked someone like maybe a few weeks ago, and he said, well, my grandfather was a Sunday school teacher. So
that's how you know. So the Bible says you judge a tree by its fruit.
Yeah.
Don't ask him if he's a Christian. Fellas, don't ask her if she's a Christian. Ask them about their relationship with God. What does that sound like? What church do you go to? Oh, man, what did your pastor preach last Sunday?
The pandemic. I haven't gone since the pandemic, man.
How long you been at church? What do you say? What's God laying on your heart? Man, what's God been challenging you about lately? And if you just see them start stuttering, making stuff up, you ask them what church they go to, they name some online, 5 states away. They're telling you their relationship with God.
I love that.
Here's men with, we do, so do y'all. Men with Jesus are crazy. And that's with Jesus.
Yeah.
Imagine how we are without Jesus. It can get ugly fast.
Yeah.
So you said that's not attractive. It ain't even about attractive. That's not safe. When you date a man that is not submitted to the Spirit of God, you are opening yourself up for a roller coaster you don't want to be on. So your standards are not too high. Hold on. God's got a great thing in store for you.
I love that. But I will say, I love what you said because people do lie. They know the answers that we want, and so they're gonna just tell you what that answer is. And sometimes if they're really cute, like if their weave looks nice, if their shape up is on point, like you're gonna get lost in it. And that's why I don't wanna plug it, but I think the conversation cards, I think that's why it's so good because you're getting into the heart of things without them really knowing that they're on an interview. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I think it's necessary because some of us have been lied to for such a long time.
So good. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah.
All right, we about to clear out. Don't move yet.
Wait. Someone said they had a question.
We had some questions about a response you had made earlier.
You had a question about a response. Go ahead.
We had some pushback. We want to
Okay.
make sure we understood you right. Did you say that men should not date? They should only date one woman at a time, even or we're just gathering data to see who we want to take serious.
You're gathering data?
It's not serious.
Gathering.
I just want to make sure we heard you right.
Can I ask you a question? Can you give me an honest answer? So there's this girl you took out on Tuesday on a date. Paid, whole deal. You're out with your fellas on the Thursday of the same week, eating at a restaurant, and you see her walk in the restaurant with another dude. How do you feel? Be honest.
Come on, Kenny.
No, don't stutter. No.
Was that the first date?
Say again? Third date. Third date.
Our third date?
Yeah, it was y'all third date.
But see, that's...
I wish we had balloons. You taking too long to answer.
It's more nuanced than that.
It ain't nuanced, bro. It ain't nuanced.
It's not your hurt.
You about them games.
You're hurt.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because how do you know at the first encounter, first date, the conversation was, hey, are you dating? Are we dating other people?
No. No conversations were had.
I mean, to be honest, yes. They'll be like, okay. Dang.
You gonna go say something? You gonna go say something?
You're not gonna say anything. Are you gonna call her again for a fourth date? No. You're not.
Play that track, DJ.
You're not.
Can we get a real? How likely is that to happen?
How likely is it to happen?
Say again?
Is that
this
like,
is the DMV. We all going to Shoto, buddy. We gonna see y'all.
Okay, so the other side of the spectrum. That's the extreme side. So what about the other side? Like
the other side, what?
What's the other side?
So you meet somebody, let's say at church, you get their number, get their information, y'all hang out.
You go. Oh, don't skip. You go out. You take them out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
But then there's somebody you met maybe 2 months ago.
Uh-huh.
Y'all catch up, grab coffee. You gotta let that person know that you just met. So I mean like casually, not nothing serious. You're not serious. You're not intimate. You're not doing nothing crazy.
He gonna make me do this all night long. So
they're saying
hold
stop.
on.
Y'all feel what I'm saying?
Hold on. No, let's have fun. So you take a girl out on Tuesday. Right? Y'all have a nice third date. No conversations were had about dating other people. You just run into the local Starbucks
and
Thursday, and you see her sitting at a little table, kee-hee-hee-hee-ing with some dude. How do you feel? We're just collecting data.
Fellas, what y'all think?
No. They said I ain't helping. Here's, you're going to make me be a pastor just for half a second. If I have so little faith that if the other person I want to take out is the person God has for me, but not waiting 2 weeks to bring this to an end before I pursue that, if I feel like God's plan for my life is that fragile, I will play with other people's lives. But if I know I'm looking, but God is guiding me, then I'm going to have enough faith to be able to understand I could end this properly. And the person that God has for me, I'm not going to miss out on them. You tracking with me? And a lot of people are about them games in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s. And then you look up and you're like, I'm single and I've got nobody to build with. And it's not because you didn't have options. It's because you played with your options instead of taking them seriously. So, cool?
Yes, so.
We good?
Last question.
Wait. Wait a minute.
Okay,
Go for it, Morgan.
So, when y'all were dating, did y'all kiss? And if you did, was it like okay?
So the night's over, and hold up. Avail yourself in the vestibule. She kissed me. I didn't kiss her. I was a man of God. I was walking on the straight and narrow. And go ahead. What was the rest of your question?
No, did you kiss? A lot of guys will say that their love language is like physical touch, and statistically that can't be true for all of them.
No, it is true for all of us. All of us.
But okay, so how should we navigate like physical boundaries, especially with like kissing and like trying to stay pure, all that?
Yeah. Yes, we did kiss. She did kiss me. I didn't kiss her. That was. It's like no, that's cowardly. Yes, we did. Here's the boundaries that we had. We were never going to be alone in a non-public place. And it was a pain in the neck because her mama worked nights. So I would work 9 to 5, get off at 5, drive an hour and a half from Owens Mills to Lanham, get there, 6:37?
Yeah.
And by about 8:30, her mama heading off to work. And I'm like, oh, Jesus, like I got here for 30 minutes and I'm gone. But the problem with most Christians is they trust themselves
Way too much.
Here's what happened to me, which y'all understand, but I'm no different than you. I understood the call of God in my life was too heavy for me to blow it.
Yeah.
Because for my profession, if I blew it, there was no coming back from it. That's not just for preachers. The call of God on your life is too heavy for you to blow it. And you've got to guard yourself like your life depends on it. So if you kissing and y'all wherever, whatever, some people can handle that, some people can't. But if you kissing and now y'all laying flat on a couch and then hands start going certain places and no intercourse is not the line. And as long as we didn't cross the line, we're good. There's a lot of sin that can happen.
And I think sometimes the season changes while you're dating as well. And sometimes it's okay to kiss like you're fine. And it's so interesting, when we got engaged, the attraction clearly just gets intensified. You almost see the finish line. It's like, oh, no, that's when the enemy is going to try so much more. So there was a period where we did stop kissing because it was like, whoa, I like this guy. I love this guy. Oh my goodness, we're about to marry this guy. And so then, but you just have to watch it.
It was a long time ago.
You said what?
I just don't remember that, but it's okay.
All that to say, it changes during seasons, but the question is always, it's not what can I get away with in this relationship?
Yeah.
Because then you're always going to be like so close and you're dancing around the edge. I think the question is more, God, what do you want from me?
And think I got too much to lose. I'm not going to blow my whole anointing on 3 minutes
And you are
of
anointed.
losing my mind.
You said 3 minutes?
Okay, we are definitely ending this.
Pastor Stephen, can I clarify my man Kenny's question?
No, ask me after.
All right.
Rivers, how we closing out?
We closing out. Can y'all make some noise for Pastor Stephen and Pastor Zion? Can we make some noise for our panelists? Grateful that you guys are here with us. What? You put your shoes back on. Okay. No? Sorry.
Get married, they say. He's great.
Well,
Okay.
Did you guys have a good time tonight? Yeah. Oh, did you have a good time tonight? Come on.
I did forget one thing.
What'd you forget?
So, a lot of people are like, I'm coming to singles night to get chose tonight.
Tonight.
I'm not saying it's not gonna happen. Let me just say this. You got much better odds of not picking a serial killer if you get in a singles connect group and can observe them over a period of time.
Yeah.
So don't think it's gotta happen in the next 45 minutes or it's never gonna happen. Figure out where are the groups all over the DMV and hear it from your pastor. You have permission to go from group to group to group to group to campus to campus to campus to campus and see what there may be.
Oh, one thing I would say, there are also new friendships in the room as well. Now, ladies, don't get stuck just talking to other females. That's not what I'm saying. But you never know, that girlfriend may have a cute brother. You get what I'm saying? You never know, and you might open yourself up to a new
That's a
friend
shout out
circle,
to the Cougs.
is what I'm trying to say. But there are divine relationships in the room. I strongly believe that. Go for it.
Well, speaking of friendships, we do have a mixer for you guys right after this, so please.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Please head to the lobby area, and there's so much planned for you guys. As far as VIP is concerned, you can exit to our right, where those ladies are here, and we're gonna have a good time. Now, there are some things that we need to do as far as groups. Okay?
Absolutely. So if you remember at the top of the show, we said text you single to 97,000. You can also text you groups to 97,000. Groups are getting ready to launch very, very soon in the next couple of weeks. February 2nd. Let's make some noise for groups that are on their way. So you can text you single to 97,000. You can text you groups to 97,000. That gets you connected to everything that's happening in life in our church. All right.
That's it. Let's give our panel a round of applause.